So, what happens when you begin to have doubts? When you begin to feel as though so much of the stuff that you do just doesn't work out in your favor, or it may not go as you expected, and feels like you just wasted it all away. Let's talk about that because that's something I think that a lot of us struggle with. A lot of us have issues with. I certainly have. I'm sure you have. Imagine it, and this is, real examples from myself, people I know, friends of mine, a whole bunch of sort of thing. Let's say you are in a creative type of field. Let's say you're an artist. Let's say you draw. Let's say you are a music artist or something along those lines, where you do something just creative, okay? And you put so much time and energy and money into something. You invest so much of your emotion and energy into this project. You're spending a lot of time on it that you're not being paid for, that you're investing a lot of your own money into this, and you're wishing that other people have the same vision that you do when you put it out there. When you put it out there, you're imagining it. Other people are going to love it too. It's going to be amazing. A lot of people are going to look at this and compliment it and share it and even buy it. Buy the album, buy the artwork, buy whatever it is. And then you realize when you put it out there, no one cares. No one looks at it. No one listens to it. No one watches it. No one buys it. Isn't that so disappointing? You have this expectation, this hope that everything that you invested in there is going to pay off. Like you invest so heavily into it, and you have an idea of how it should be, and you maybe even promote it somehow, but it just never turns out that way. It's just something that I guess has been a lot of us have struggled with. It is different if you're, not a sort of creative type of person. This largely does affect mostly creative people. So, just imagine that. It's sad, isn't it? It's sad. So how can we deal with that? So, a lot of times, if we're dealing with something like that, and we're investing so much of our time and energy and money into these things, maybe if it's just not panning out, we may have to discontinue it. We may not have to continue what we're doing because of that. We may have to find other ways of paying for what we need and then just doing this on the side. If we cannot make a full-time living from it, despite the fact that we love it and we enjoy it so much, doesn't mean we can continue it. So, let me know your thoughts about this. It is interesting. It really is. It's sad for a lot of people who are in this creative type of field. As I said, I know plenty of people. I myself have experienced this before. It's awful. It's an awful feeling. It really is. I've experienced it many, many times. I know people who have experienced it many times, and it makes you doubt, even doing anything else. It's like, should I continue if no one likes it? And that's why I say, and honestly, this is one of the hardest things, you can't rely on other people. You cannot rely on other people to do anything for you. People do not care. In this day and age, people do not care. Unless you're a huge company, like let's say Amazon, for example. Amazon has bankrupted a lot of the other smaller companies. No one cares. People rather get a cheaper deal on Amazon. People don't care. So that is the unfortunate truth the reality that we live in. It's not that people don't care about you, it's just that people do not care about creative works as much as they did in the past. It's not creative to them. Unless you're a big name, unless you're a big company, unless you have a huge following with so many engaged people sharing your content and interacting with it, we're talking hundreds of thousands of people, then people simply do not care at all about you. That is sad, but it doesn't mean that you should give up, because there's no reason to give up. You have to keep fighting for what you believe in, and you have to do things that would help you out in a positive way that is independent of other people. Things that are going to help you make a living for yourself that do not rely on other people. For example, if I put something out onto the internet, like a video, for example, or post an article or whatever else, that relies on other people to view it and share it, interact with it, so I could make money. Or for like my Patreon supporters, for example, that relies on people to become a Patreon supporter to make me money to help me continue. That is dependency on other people. And we don't want that. No, we want to be independent. We have to think of ways that do not involve a single other person besides ourselves that we can make money. So think about that. Think of some ways. And just let me know what you come up with. I'm very curious. Let me know how this has helped you. Hopefully it has helped you in some way. Just keep pushing through, keep being you, and keep being positive. Despite all of the negativity and the haters out there and everyone else who's trying to bring you down intentionally. You know that. Anyone who's trying to bring you down, it's intentional. But you don't have to let that affect you. I look like so spooky and ghostly. My gosh, it's this lighting. This lighting is so weird. Anyway. Yep, that's all. Take care. I'll catch you tomorrow. Have a good day.